This video is going to give you a quick overview of how quickly and easily you can import your existing AAUS dive logger, user profile and log information into Bloop. So we're assuming we've already created the Bloop site for you, and the Bloop importer just logs into your Weblogger account and pulls the data across. Here we can see there's 295 users to add. So it downloads your user data, it downloads their certification information and tries to map it into the Bloop standard. We've got a certification agency for first aid here that Bloop doesn't know about, so we can add that into the Bloop repository by creating a new entry and mapping all instances of FN SPF to this new entry within Bloop. It's found the same agency for CPR here, so we just map that again. Once we've done that, we can import the user's certifications. That's finished. Import their dive equipment, and finally their emergency contacts. It's as quick as that. Next thing we want to do is import all their log data. So we set the import tool up to do that into your site. In this case, we're just going to import a subsection of the logs because a previous import got all the data through the 18th of December. Once it's pulled the data across, it converts all the parameters of the dive into standardized formats: the breathing gas oxygen level, the depth ranges, etc. Because Bloop automatically calculates surface intervals between dive start time and the end of the previous dive, it manipulates all the incoming data into that correct format. And it also tries to understand who the buddies are who are mentioned on each dive and map those to people it knows about within the system. It'll do the same thing with dive sites and locations, in mapping it all into the Bloop database. And then the final thing it's going to do is check to see if they've done 12 dives in the last 12 months and calculate their scientific diver expiration date. You can see that running through all of these steps happens quite quickly, and this only needs to happen once per site import, as I said. I cut out some of the waiting when the profiles were coming across and when some of the logs were coming across, just to shorten this video, but you can see that within the space of less than 10 minutes all of your data can be pulled from the Dive AAUS Weblogger system directly into Bloop, and from there you're up and running straight away.